Good morning, folks. It's 4:29 and 59.8 degrees at Poplar Ridge, lean-to. It's day 139, and I'm gonna wake up. Alrighty, good morning again, folks. It's 6 o'clock on the nose and 54.8 degrees. I just pulled out of the, oh gosh, I forget the name of the shelter again. Was it Poplar Brook, Poplar Ridge, something like that? Poplar Spring, I don't know. Lean-to there. Yeah, it was definitely a full house. So there were those, that big group of 7 Sobos that I mentioned. Luckily they quieted down eventually. Took them a while, but they got there. Wow. And then one fella who I think is doing just like a section of the AT. It sounds like he's trying to do like the whole trail in sections, you know. So I think he's doing the main section now. Yeah, 60-something-year-old dude from Australia, who has the appropriate trail name, Swagman. If you don't know why Swagman is an appropriate name for an Australian, just look up the song Waltzing Matilda, you'll figure it out. Good tune. Kind of an Australian folk tune. Anyways, yeah, today, I slept pretty good last night. Woke up, you know, felt pretty good. I think it rained at some point last night, not a lot, just a little. I had my earplugs in because the big group at the shelter, but you know, again, it didn't rain a ton. I didn't wind up closing up my tent or anything like that. Nothing got wet, so that's all fine. And today it looks like, I don't really know, but it might wind up being a pretty day, which would be awesome. Second one in the state. Plan for today is not to go very far. I think I'm 22 miles or something like that from town, and I have reservations at a hostel for tomorrow. And if I mean, I could do the 22, and maybe I will. I don't think I will. I don't really want to. But that would be a big elevation day too. I think that'd be like 6,400 up and 7,700 down. So that'd be a pretty big elevation day. So what I'm thinking, maybe I'll just kind of move slow. Do like 14, 15. There's a campsite just on the trail south, which is to say this side. I have a couple of mountains. So I'm going to do that 14, 15, whatever. Camp at the foot of the mountains. And then tomorrow, just get up over those mountains and get into town, which I think sounds like a pretty good plan. Take a Nero into the hostel tomorrow. But yeah, anyways, today we'll get this thing moving. Should be great. So excited. I'm in Maine. I'll talk to you all later. sort of linked up the Appalachian Trail. This was the original ending point. It's not quite the ending point nowadays, though. Not nearly. But yeah, pretty cool little marker. Definitely a pretty cool marker. Just wanted to check in, talk about the day so far. I haven't gone super far, super fast. That's totally by design. I don't really feel like running or going fast since I don't need to go too far. So I've passed about a half dozen southbounders. I just kind of stopped and chatted with them. Everyone I meet, just kind of sort of had a little conversation about how it's going for them and how excited I am for them and a little pump them up and all this and that. It is exciting for sure just to think about how they're like 200 miles into their journey and where I was at 200 miles into my journey. So yeah, definitely just want to kind of like, I mean, I remember passing people the first couple hundred miles who were southbounders, and they were so close to the end of their journey, and I just like, even if I didn't talk to them for more than just saying hello, oh, you're a southbounder, oh, congratulations, just had such a reverence for their achievement. And so it's kind of neat to think that, I mean, I don't know, I don't really think I'm worthy of any sort of reverence or anything like that, but it's neat and humbling to think about how I might have some sort of influence on them as I see them. So, you know, if I can be a part of pumping them up, that's definitely something I'm going to try and do every single time. So, you know, tell them how excited I am for them and what a great journey they have ahead of them and all that sort of stuff. They are in for a lot of fun stuff, but they're in for a lot of misery too. So definitely a lot more fun stuff than misery though. Anyways, I'm whatever 9.5 miles into the day. I think I got like 4.5 left. So I'm just going to keep kind of dragging my feet. I did call Hostel of Maine, where I plan on staying tomorrow. It looks like they're going to be cool with me jumping on their 9:30 shuttle to get off trail and go to the hostel wicked early. So that's pretty cool. And then I also called Shaw's, which will be the landing point for my next jump. And Shaw's got me all booked up now, 2 rooms as well, or 2 nights in a room as well. So I'm really excited about that because Shaw's is like definitely, I've never been obviously, but one of the most famous hostels on the entire trail. Definitely a storied history and all that. And they're also kind of like the last stop, more or less, before the 100-mile wilderness, which is definitely the last stop before Katahdin, because 15 miles after the north end of the 100-mile wilderness is Mount Katahdin. So man, things are getting real in a hurry. Things are getting real in a hurry. So 4 or 5 days from Shaw's, and Shaw's is the 100-mile, and then after the 100-mile, I only have 15 miles until Katahdin. It's absolute madness. But anyways, I just wanted to check in. This is kind of all the thoughts that are on my head nowadays. Just crazy, just crazy. So I'll keep hiking, and I will check in with you all a little later on. So, all right. Well, I only just left that placard for the CCC 0.2 miles ago, and was surprised that this wasn't in place already. So I just took a couple minutes and set that up for any of the southbounders. I know us northbounders, we got like mile markers every freaking 100 miles for the first like 1,200 miles at least. I don't know, but yeah, there's one for the Sobos. So congrats to all the Sobos hitting their 200 milestone. That's really cool. And I'll be honest, it's pretty cool for me too to think I have, now that I'm on this side, I have fewer than 200 miles left. So deep in the fields today, folks, deep in the fields. o'clock. 59 degrees, 59 even. I've made it to my destination for the day. Pushed a little further than I was initially planning, just a mile or so, but climbed up a big hill at the end. We're at the summit of South Crocker Mountain right now. Over there, I think that's Sugarloaf is what it's called, with all the infrastructure on top. Which you might be able to tell by the scars in the mountains. That's a ski spot. It's also the second highest peak in Maine. I walked by the spur to get up to the peak earlier today and just decided to skip it. I don't really... all the comments on Guthook were like the views aren't great and all this and that. So, but it was comments on Guthook which led me to push on a little further today, because people were like lighting up the comments about this campsite right by the view. So you can see my backpack here in this big open space. That's where I'm about to pitch up my tent for the night. So, to be perfectly honest, I'm probably going to break a few rules tonight, which I don't love. I don't like breaking rules, but I don't think I'm going to find a good place to hang a bear bag, so I might have to try and figure something out in that department. And I'm also camping above 4,000 feet, which isn't any sort of law in this part of the park or anything. Like, it's not like there's a hard rule against 4,000 feet or something like that. I'm definitely, as you can tell, there's still trees up here, so it's not like I'm camping above tree line. But just as a matter of general principle, it's not always a great idea to camp at elevation, just for, potential of weather and stuff like that. But, I'll go ahead and do it. Because that view we were just looking at, I think that way's west also. And if I can set up like a time lapse of a sunset, that might be really cool, but no promises. I'm going to try. I got to confirm that that's west too. I'm not really certain. I think so. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get this tent pitched up, and I'm going to wander around, try and find a place to pitch a line for my grub, but we'll see. We'll see if I can find one. Yeah, so no shelter, no campsite. I'm just kind of dispersed camping tonight. So yeah, we'll get all set up and I'll check back probably one more time. All right. Alrighty guys, 5:54, and I'm just getting ready to turn in for the night. There's the tent all pitched up. What you probably can't make out in these wider shots is there is like some kind of crazy flies or something that are just absolutely going nuts over every single thing that I have and everything that I am. Like, if I sit for 1 minute, there'll literally be 40 of them on me. They don't bite, which is nice, I guess, but they are freaking everywhere, man, and they're maddening. So I can't really hang out tonight. I gotta jump in the tent and just get away from these things, man. Sad news is I realized that direction, I mean, you can probably tell by my shadow here, that direction is east, so we won't get any sort of sunset tonight. And I got to be out pretty early tomorrow morning in order to try and make my rendezvous with the Hostel of Maine to get out early. They're going to be picking me up right around 9:30, about 6 miles from here. So what I am going to do, though, I'll drop some fresh batteries into the GoPro, and I'll try and set it up, and I'll try and let it run as long as I can for the sunrise. But I make no promises on that either. We're really not sure what it's going to look like or when I'll have to rip it down and get moving. So could be cool though. Could be pretty cool. Today was definitely a good day. Again, another good day. I wanted to do 14. I think I wound up doing 15 or something like that. So that's pretty good. I'm feeling good. Still feeling real good. So that's definitely good. And we crossed the 200-mile mark, which is just a ton of fun. And also kind of bittersweet. It's funny, I for all the other nobos I've run into, and there haven't been a ton of them, but there have been a couple, a lot of them are just like, man, I'm so ready. Like, I'm ready to be done. I'm ready to be done. I don't think anyone's like angry that they're still on the trail or anything like that. But there's a lot of people being like, man, I'm so ready to be done. I'm just going to blast through the 100-mile wilderness and just crush it and stuff like that. And I'm not really feeling that, honestly. Like, love my wife, love my family, love my dog, love all that stuff. I love the creature comforts, dry bed and all that, but I'm having a freaking blast out here. And man, I'm gonna miss it. 200 miles is gonna come quick, Well, sufficient unto the day is the evil therein, as my mom would say. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up for tonight. I will check in with you all tomorrow. Hopefully there's a sunrise for you. All right, see you then.